guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be making this beautiful dress you're seeing on the top corner, on the right top corner of the video. And so what we need to make this dress is this Duchess fabric and this lace that is we're going to be combining it together. At first you'll be like, these two color will it work? But color combination, it's something that it's of the mind. You have to learn to make a dress the way you like it and the way you think it's going to come out fine, and style it. The styling as well will make it come out the way you want it to come out. Okay, so this is a zipper that matches the color of the Duchess, and my tape rule, marker, chalk, and pattern paper. Now if you look at it, you see that I have an already drafted sleeve, pattern that I'm going to be working with. And this sleeve pattern, I will drop the link to the way I drafted it. The link to the video where we drafted it, I will drop it in this description box. And that is I made it for an Ankara dress I made with lace sleeve. And ironically, I'm going to be using this to make another lace sleeve. So the dress we're making has a yoke, and it is the yoke that we're going to be working on right now. So to make this yoke, you're basically going to be drafting it like you're drafting a basic bodice. So I'm marking out 10 inches for both the front and back pattern because it will accommodate my bust divided into 4, because my bust is 35. So I'm just marking 10 inches. So now for this other part we are going to be using for the back pattern, I'm just going to mark 1 inch again. This is to indicate the zip allowance. For the measurements I need for this dress, I need the full length of the gown. Usually it's preferable that you make it 2 inches or 3 inches above your knee. Your choice though, but when it's short it's finer, right? And then because it's a very free dress that's very full, it's finer when it's short. Then I need the shoulder measurement, the shoulder to the top of the bust or the bust, then the bust measurement, the sleeve length, and the round arm measurement. So the full length of this dress is 37 inches. The yoke of the gown is 9 inches, while the lace we attach at the bottom is 4 inches. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and mark 9 inches for both the front and the back parts. So we have 9 inches, and now I'm going to introduce the shoulder measurement. My shoulder measurement is 15 inches divided into 2 is 7.5. So I'm marking 7.5. And if you look at the back part, I am marking the 7.5 after the zip allowance, not from the zip allowance, after the zip allowance. So I'm just going to mark this 7.5 all the way. 7.5 here. Now to get the right calculation for your armhole, I divide my bust measurement by 6, which is 35 divided by 6. It gives me 5.83, and then you add 1.5 inch to it. That will give us 7.3 inches. So for the back part, we're going to come down by 1 inch for the shoulder slanting, and then from there we'll measure our 7.3 inches. Okay, now which means from the shoulder line to that 7.3 inches is a total of 8.3 inches. So I'm just going to transfer that 8.3 inches to the front piece, because for the front our shoulder slanting is 1.5. Are you getting this? So now I can bring this line to the armhole line. So let's just rule the armhole line first, and then connect this line to get to the armhole line. So here we have. Alright, now the next thing we're going to do is the neckline. How do I want the neckline to be? Now the neckline of the dress can be whatever you want it to be, but for this dress, now seeing that the dress is going to be have a zip at the back, you can make the neckline as tight as you want, because there's an ease. The zip is the ease, and you can take it out comfortably. But if you're making a dress that you do not need a zip, you can now make the neckline wider, so that you will not find it difficult to wear it. Or the one, you can decide to add a zipper on the shoulder. Okay, but for this one we're going to be making it not too wide. So I'm just going to be using 3 inches for the neckline for the front, 3 inches by 3 inches. And for the back, I'm going to be using 3 inches by 1 inch. So for this back, I'm just going to use my hands to connect this free hand. And then for the front, I'm going to be using my armhole rule to connect it. So now we can now connect the shoulder slanting to the neckline. For the front is 1.5, and for the back it's 1 inch. Okay, now we have to create our armhole. Now for the front, I come up by 3 inches, and then I will come inside, say 0.75 inches, and then I'll use my ruler to join this line, this 0.75 to the slanted line, and then use the armhole curve to curve it like so. Then for the back, you divide this armhole into 2, and whatever you get, that is where you are going to be marking. So I just fold my tape into 2. This could have been just 3.65. So I'm going to go inside by 1/2 inch, and then connect the 1/2 inch to the shoulder slant. Now what I marked is more than 1/2 inch, so I'm not going to be using all of it. Okay, this is a 1/2 inch. Okay, all right, now what I have to do now is introduce the other measurement, that is the bust measurement. Now the bust measurement is 35 inches. So now I'm just going to divide 35 inches by 4 to give me 8.75. So I'm going to mark the 8.75 on the remaining part of this fabric. This is a paper, sorry. 8.75 here. Just connect it to the armhole. The same thing for this place, 8.75 here, and connect it. Oh, I've not used the rule to connect this armhole, the back armhole. So just connect it like so, and then take this to meet it here. Now this is the pattern we need for this for the yoke. This is the front yoke, F yoke, and the back yoke. This is just a basic pattern drafting, just that it's not long enough to the waistline. This only is just on top of the bust. Okay, so I'm just going to connect this 1 inch slanting for the front neckline to connect it to the zip. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut out this piece so we can get into the real business of the day. Here's the pattern we need. Now what we're going to do is cut out the fabric now. The fabric I have here is not much. It's not much, and because this dress is going to be a gather, I'm just folding the material, the fabric into 2. So remember the body for this dress, the measurements for the body. What I need for the body is 24. So let's see if we have a 24 here. So I'm just going to fold it to the 24. I'm just cutting out the excesses on the sides, and then I'm going to fold it into 4 and cut out the fabric we need. This is the fabric we need. So the fabric is 42.5 inches by 24 inches. So I cut it into 2. One piece is for the front and one for the back. So the one for the back, because there will be zip allowance, I'm just going to cut it in half again to indicate that this is the back piece and it's going to have zip allowance. Cutting the back piece in half to allow for zip allowance. So I have to mark it to indicate where the down part is and where the zip allowance is. Okay, now this is for the front piece. You can fold it in and keep it. Now let's work on this pattern, these pieces that is left. So for the pieces that are left now, we are going to use this to cut out the yoke. Alright, so I've used the remaining pieces to cut out the yoke part of the dress, leaving a small allowance, small allowance for the joining, and then this is for the sewing allowance, side sewing allowance, and this is half an inch for joining the yoke to the body, and then there is a little half an inch allowance at the shoulder for the shoulder joining as well. Okay, so cut out this. I'm just going to use my hand to trace out the pocket for the remaining fabric. So you cut it in half and then fold it to get the same pattern on all sides. So I'm going to use it to cut the other parts. Place it on the fabric and cut out the other pieces, and the pocket is ready. So we need this to cut out the sleeve, and I'm going to be folding it so I can cut out both sleeves at the same time. To save time, I used the sleeve pattern to draft out the sleeve. Please check out the link on how I drafted it in my description box. It is not difficult. Now that we have cut out the sleeve using the sleeve pattern, we're going to now alter the sleeve because the front side of the sleeve has a more steeper shape compared to the side that is facing the back. So using this pattern, I'm just going to cut out that part. So first, pin it to keep it in place. Now we have the sleeve, and I'm going to use a chalk to indicate which part is the front and which part is the back of the sleeve. Okay, so I'm just going to indicate it using a chalk so that when we are attaching the sleeve, we'll not make the mistake of putting the front side where the back is supposed to be. Okay, now this is the sleeve, and the remaining fabric is going to be for the down part of the dress. So, and for that down part of the dress, and I said it's supposed to be 4 inches. So we're going to be cutting out that part now. Fold the fabric in half to mark out the 4 inches for the down lace trimmings, as you can see. Okay, so I've marked it 4, 4, 4, and what is left here is also 4 inches. So we'll still be needing that last part. So I have 4 pieces of this, and this one is the shortest. So I'm going to be using the 2 long parts for the back piece, and then use this shorter part for the front piece because the back is going to be having zip allowance, zip joining. Take the front piece. I'm going to join these 2 front pieces together, pin it. Okay, and then for the back is cut into 2. So I'm just going to take it like this. This is the zip allowance. Open it up like this, and then take each piece of the back and gently pin it to the these ones like so. So you are going to use your hand to pleat it. You can just pleat it. So I have pinned it for the 2 sides of the back piece, and I'm going to also do the same thing and pin it on the front piece as well. I'm going to pin it on the front piece as well, and when I'm done pinning it, I'm going to go and match on it using a straight stitch. I'm just going to match a straight stitch on it, and then we'll start joining the other parts of the dress. So I've joined the lace to the down part of the dress. See? And this is the back piece. I've joined the zip allowance. So here it is. So this is the down part of the dress with the lace attached and pleated. So when you're attaching it, you're going to pleat it. I have pleated it and ironed it, although it's going to scatter on its own, but this is how it's going to come out. And this is for the back piece, and this is the front piece. And this lace trimming, I also intend to add it in the front, like so. So we're going to look for the middle of the front, fold the front in half, and get the middle. I'm going to open it up back and pin the middle. Okay, now the plan is to attach this other lace trimming on it, the part that has a neatly finished edge. So I'm going to fold this one into two like this and place it here at the middle as well. Find the middle and join the two middle together. Now you're not going to pleat any of this one because this down part is going to be pleated to the yoke of the front. This is the yoke of the front that we cut out. I'm going to be pleating it, so the pleating is going to come together. I'm going to be pleating it together on it. So I'm pinning it. Now when you get to the end like this, you're just going to fold it in here so we can have a neatly finished end. So you fold it in like so and pin it. So we're just pinning it straight on it. There is no pleating yet. We're going to pleat the whole body together. So now we're going to open up the bodice, the front yoke. We're going to open up the front yoke and we're going to attach the front yoke to the body. So I'm just going to find the middle of the front yoke like this, hold it down and fold it to the middle of the body like this. Okay, I'm trying to confirm that this is the middle. It is. So I'm going to go ahead and pin it. So I'm pinning it. Now I am going to turn it the other way around and gently pleat this full part to this body, the yoke of the dress. So I'm going to go ahead and pin it now, just like this, gently, just pin it. Okay, so I've pinned it. This is what I was pinning, and this is how it's going to come out when I sew it. It is well gathered here, see? So I'm going to go ahead and sew here to keep it in place, and then I will attach the side pockets. Remember, we cut out pockets for this. So what I'm going to do now is take my tape measure and measure from this joining. I'm going to measure from this joining. I'll take 8 inches downwards. 8 inches. I will mark it with my chalk, and then from that 8 inches I will attach one of the pockets piece. Place it like so and pin it. Now come to this place as well. From this joining, beginning of the joining, while it's still folded, I'm going to measure 8 inches again down. I'll mark it. That's where I will place the second pocket piece. From there I pin it. This is the pocket pieces. I'm just going to go ahead and join this place and then join the pockets. I'm going to do the same thing for the back. Only for the back piece, there is no lace trimming for the top of the back piece. There is no lace trimming. We're just going to take the top back piece, the yoke, and just pleat it the way we have pleated the front piece. Pleat it together, and that's it, and join it. So I'm going to go ahead and join this part and then we'll continue. Okay, I have gone ahead to attach it, pleated it, and ironed it. So as you are sewing, always iron. Ironing is going to help you to give a neat work. And I've attached the pocket as well and ironed it. This is the front piece, also attached. This is the effect of the lace we added in front. How cute. And the pocket as well, attached and ironed. Now we're going to go ahead to cover up this neckline. And to do that, I'm going to be using this bias. I want to believe we all know how to attach bias to a neckline. Basically, I'm just going to use it to sew on it like so. Just hold it together and sew, and then turn it to the other side and top stitch to give it a neatly finished neckline. So I'm going to do that and then attach the zip. So I have attached the zip. I've attached the zip neatly, and this is the neckline. I've piped it with bias. This is what we're talking about, the bias. Even though the bias is not the exact color of the fabric, because the bias is inside, it came out really cool, really beautiful. Okay, so that is it. And because this dress has no lining and there's no inseam finishing, it means we are going to have to do weaving on this. So please do not forget to weave this if you are replicating this style. Okay, now I'm going to attach the sleeve. And to attach the sleeve, we have to face the sleeve front to front, and the part we marked for the front side of the sleeve, this side, I'm going to be putting it facing on the front of the dress. So first you fold the sleeve in half to get the middle, and then place it on it and then pin all the way. You pin it and sew from edge to edge. And when we're done, we're just going to join the sides with 1/2 inch and our dress is ready. So I'm done with it. I'm done with the dress. If you look at the inside, you'll see how very rough the inside is because there's no lining to conceal any of the sewing. But for this, we have to take it to a weaving machine and weave it to cover up all of this roughness. Okay, now this will be the inside. Let's just turn it inside out to get the other side. The cool thing about this is that you can actually use this method of sewing to sew for a child. So this is it. We're done with the dress, and this is the edges. This is the front part, obviously, the sleeve, and I like this combination. I swear I love the color combination. See the beautiful dress we made. Oh my god, I love the color combination. It's so fine. Thank you guys for staying to the end of the video, and I really appreciate it. For our new subscribers, thank you so much. We've had a lot of new subscribers lately. I want to thank you guys so much, and for the returning subscribers, you guys are amazing. I love you all. See you guys in my next tutorial. Bye bye.